it's always black. And so I just love how even the most sort of revolutionary, counterculture, anarchistic things have their own sets of rules, their own ways of conforming that everybody has to obey. Because if you don't obey, you can't be an anarchist. You can't riot with us. So Fight Club was a comic novel about the absurdity of the bureaucracy of anarchy. And this year's novel is kind of based on the romance novels that my grandmother used to get by the bale. Huge, huge shipments from the used bookstore of Harlequin romances. And she could go through 12 of those in a month. And when she was done with them, they would pile up, and we would go through them looking for the filthy parts. And my brother and I would be sitting there trying to find the dirty, dirty parts. First you see, where does it fall open to automatically? And the best we could always find was some phrase like, he plunged his steamy man into her tight, salty chambers. And my brother would be like, I think he just stabbed a knife in her ear. And I just could not get off to stuff like that. But I like the language, that really flowery, euphemistic language that is supposedly about love. And so I thought I would try to copy that language and use that language to tell a story that's really about hate. And so tell-all that's the paradox built into tell-all. It uses romance novel language to tell a story about hatred and murder and plots to kill someone in the most horrific ways possible. And so everything, again, I try to write, I try to have the style work against the content, to have the contrast between a style that's completely inappropriate for the story that's being told. And this year I wrote a story called Knock Knock that uses the convention of stand-up comedy, the really bad, shticky sort of Catskills comedy. It uses those conventions to tell a story that's not necessarily a funny story. So I'm going to read you Knock Knock. My old man, he makes everything into a big joke. What can I say? The old man loves to get a laugh. Growing up, half the time, I didn't